Moving on to the Chiefs, as we discussed them. Chiefs at Packers. Bad matchup for Mahomes. Bad matchup for Love. Mahomes is still, I don't know, was he 3 for me? He is 3. And I have, where the hell is he? Jordan Love is 12 for me. I'm actually higher on Jordan Love than I have been. He's actually looked decent. So I'm firing both of these two up. Obviously, I would much rather have Patrick Mahomes. Both teams have pretty good pass defenses, though, obviously, by the rankings here in the matchup. I don't love it. I don't think this one's going to be a shootout, but I think both are pretty good starts. Thoughts?
Yeah. Jordan Love is QB9 for me this week. So that was surprising to me when I saw those rankings. But yeah, this is the gut check for Love to see because he's had really good matchups lately. So now he's going up against quite possibly the best defense in the NFL or one of the best defenses in the NFL to really see how good he is gelling with these wide receivers. So as good as it has been, this is the game where I'm a little more cautious than I would be like the past couple of weeks just because Kansas City's defense is so good. But with that said, he's been incredible. The wide receivers are coming on strong. He's top 10 quarterback. Like you're firing up both quarterbacks. And I get it. Mahomes has not been vintage Mahomes, but he's still been very good. So you fire up both these guys.
Totally agree. This is gut check for Patrick Mahomes, right? If he can't be, he did it last week to the tune of QB8, but against the Raiders. He did it the week before, but against the atrocious Philly D. Now he's got a decent secondary to deal with, and there's a bit of a pass rush. Rashawn Gary went nuts last week, right? So who knows if he's going to be able to be upright and getting the ball to this guy, but you're still firing up this guy anyway because he's a monster, Rashee Rice. I think this is more of a Pacheco game, though, than a Mahomes game.
Yeah.
Moving on to that, I have Pacheco at 6 right now in the 10th best matchup.
Move him up.
19th best matchup for the Packers. I think I have Aaron Jones ranked, or not ranked at all. Dylan's at 28. I don't have Jones ranked because I don't know if he plays. If he plays, I don't know how long he plays. I just want to completely avoid it. Pacheco I have at 6, and I may move him up. No, I have him at 7, and I'm moving him up to 5. He's 5.
Yeah,
I like it.
Fun caveat is both Jones and Dylan missed practice yesterday. So, yeah, that's exciting, right?
Patrick
So,
Taylor!
I wasn't starting Dylan anyway. I was like, I'm just done with Dylan.
Yeah, you can't.
Not even on a roster. We're not doing Dylan. I don't care about the role. He sucks. We're just not doing it. If Jones plays, he'll be a low-end RB2. It's just you don't know how healthy he's going to be. Kind of an issue with him all season, right? He's still talented. It just sucks. And on the flip side, Pacheco's top 10. Pacheco's been very good. The role sets up very well. They've leaned on him more because they've struggled with passing attack because, as our friend Harry says right here, that wide receiver room is incredibly gross, and that is so true. So outside of Rashee Rice, Rashee Rice is the one guy, the one shining star in that room. The rest of it is just look at these names: Hardman, Moore, Tony. No, thank you. We don't want that. So Pacheco, baby, it's Pacheco week. He's top 10.
He's going to be an absolute monster. I don't care how good Green Bay is up front. It doesn't matter. They've been giving it up. And, Pacheco's seeing it in the receiving game as well. Mahomes just doesn't have time. He has to check down. He can't run around the way he used to. He's been trying, but it was nice to see him check down to Pacheco 5 times last game. That should continue.
The receivers here, bad matchups for both. I have a lot of players ranked in the 30th here. My highest ranked of all the receivers is Washi at 26. And then I have Dobbs and what? Dobbs and Watson.
Nothing.
And you heard that wrong. I didn't say
Nothing.
that. Dobbs and Watson
sure
I have all ranked in the 30th. So or 30s. I think I have 4 wide receiver 3s in this group, with Rice being possibly a wide receiver 2. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with it. Interestingly enough, McKinnon was another DMP. So if he's not playing like Jeremy was talking about, that's just good news for Pacheco getting more checkdowns in this offense, right? Because that takes out the pass down role for him. So yeah, fire enough. I mean, outside of Rice, I really don't want a Kansas City wide receiver. I'm not sure exactly where they're ranked, but let me double check. But the Packers guys are all clumped together once again. We have Christian Watson. He's top 24. And then it kind of comes down to Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs in the 35, 36 range. Obviously, Rashee Rice is the highest guy for me. So those are top 22 guys, both those guys. So I'm starting both those confidently. Then after that, we're not really touching anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I just love Rashee Rice. I don't necessarily love the matchup, but I love the way he was used last week. Finally, they threw him more than a few screens behind the line of scrimmage. He's been a yak monster this year. I believe now he's up to 7th in the entire NFL in yards after catch. He's getting it done. Get him the ball. I don't want to hear about Kadarius Toney. I don't want to hear about Drop King Justin Watson. I don't want to hear about Sky Moore. You need to get the ball to Rashee Rice after Travis Kelce and let him work. Outside of that, I don't, like I said, I don't want anything to do with Kansas City. I'll fire up Watson, then Reed, then the rest of them over there in Green Bay.
Tight ends, middle of the pack matchup for Kelce, bad matchup for Kraft. Surprise, surprise, Kelce is tight end 1 for me. Tucker Kraft, I have all the way down at 17. Not loving him. I don't mind him with no Luke Musgrave, but he's more of a stash for me. The kickers, 21st best matchup for Butker. What is that? Sorry. 32nd for Carlson. I would assume I have Butker ranked high. I do. Butker's at 6. Carlson is not. Carlson's down at 22. And at DST, bad matchups for both. 22nd for the Chiefs, 26 for the Packers. I have the Chiefs still at 8, and I have the Packers down at much lower. Packers down at 23. So start all 3 Chiefs, avoid all 3 Packers in the end is kind of what my consensus is here. I don't know about you guys.
Yep. The one thing I want to say about the Chiefs real quick is they haven't played anybody this season, and if they had, they lost, right? So they lost to Detroit on opening day. They beat Jacksonville, Chicago, the Jets, Minnesota, Denver, the Chargers. Then they lost to Denver again, beat Miami in a close one, lost to Philly, and beat Vegas. So the schedule gets a little more difficult, at least with the Green Bay and Buffalo on the docket. But they're going to just kind of ease their way into the playoffs this year, and they're not very good. So just Mahomes has to continue to feed Kelce if they want to win here.